Nur Syia'run binti Fauzi with metric number 214314. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Madam Alina Bohari and to all of my audiences. Nowadays, there are many destructions happens to the forest, which is the natural habitat of the wild animals. The forest becomes housing areas, tourist areas. What will happen to the wildlife? Each year, the numbers of wildlife species keeps decreasing due to the loss of habitats problems they are facing. This is a serious matter because their lives are being threatened in order to fulfill the society's needs. Today, I will talk about the habitat loss of wild animals. The statistic shows the rate of world's largest mammals extinction. Habitat loss is the destruction of wild animals' natural habitats, which leads to the incapable of supporting the native species. Some of the causes is humans, pollutions, and disasters. Habitat loss also means the animals lost their sources of food. It forced them to go out from their habitat in order to search for food to survive. The main point that I would like to highlight is the great loss that humans will face with the destruction of the animal's habitat. It is like the price that we have to pay after what we did to their species. The loss of food sources has forced them to come to the place where humans live in order to find food. There, they are at risk of getting hit by cars, attack humans, and getting attacked by humans. Is it their fault when they attack humans? When they are actually safe in their natural habitat? When they are in natural habitat, they are separated from humans, so we are not at the risk of getting attacked by them. There are more than 2,000 animals got hit by cars reported by the Haran Metro. How do you think these animals would survive without our help when they are not safe in their natural habitat or in the places of humans? The society plays a big role in determining the fate of the wildlife habitat. They need our help to preserve their species, because if the society are not concerned with the problem they are facing, then there would be no one that could help them. Their loss of habitat is not a good sign to the ecosystem. Each creature in an ecosystem depends on each other to provide their needs. Their habitat, which is the forest, prevent from global warming, landslide, and provides oxygen. Without their habitat, anytime disasters can happen. It shows that Allah created them for the benefit of human. So, we must protect them in order to be thankful for what He has provided for us. Allah has stated in Surah Yasin, verse 73, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, وَلَهُمْ فِيهَا مَنَافِعُ وَمَشَارِبُ أَفَلَا يَشْكُرُونَ, which means, and they derive from them, which is the animals, other benefits and drinks. Will they not then give thanks? The risk of extinction because of the natural habitat destruction makes us lose our natural treasure because we can no longer find the extinct species. Have you ever heard about Sumatran rhino? Sumatran rhino is the smallest out of the rhino species. They have two horns. They are herbivore which consumes leaves and fruits as their diet. In Malaysia, this species is already extinct. The death of Iman, which was the last Sumatran rhino, marks to the end of the Sumatran rhino's population in Malaysia. Now, we have to bid our goodbye to this population in Malaysia because we can no longer find any other Sumatran rhinos. Globally, there are less than 80 Sumatran rhinos population can be found. They can also face the same fate as the extinct Sumatran rhinos. Besides of Sumatran rhino, there are more endangered species that need our attention, such as the pandas and the tigers. They are in the brink of extinction. If we stop destructing their natural habitat, their species can recover and back to the normal rate. We can still save the species from extinction. Protecting their natural habitat can be one of the work field, especially for those who would love to work with animals or to work for animals. The extinction and destruction will leave no place for the work field because they can only work with animals and their habitat. The examples of the work field is as wildlife biologists. They study the nature of the animals in order to find out their needs. Or we can work with the association that protects the wild animals, such as the Department of Wild Animals and National Park Peninsula Malaysia (DWNP) that protect the wildlife. When there are no animals, what would they work for? In conclusion, the greed will only lead to the destruction of the world. The society must take action and protect the wildlife animals' right to live in their natural habitat freely. We must start the conservation and the preservation of the wild animals' habitat so the species can recover before it is too late. We must spread the awareness so we can stand as one and make it happen. Lastly, as the humans' lives are precious, so do the wildlife animals. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.